fan going on because it's none. I'm looking at my screen right now. I see that it's 94 degrees. So. Nice. Okay. So that's how it works. You double tap it. Also, it has a cooldown. Sounds about right. So, what does that shower do? Nice. Oh, thank you. Cool. So you don't double tap the skill, you just simply hit the skill. Okay. Oops. Okay. So she's slow. Yeah, so she's slow, but that's why she got teleportation to make up for her slow movement. So with her you gotta learn. It's basically like how you're supposed to treat your money and stuff. Like you got MP that you can use your skills, and then you need MP on the side in order to teleport. Because come to find out, it takes like 15 mana points each teleportation. Okay. Okay. Alright. And this right here. Is it for allies? Yeah, it's for allies. Okay, so down here. I need EP points. That's why I'm just doing the whole thing. Since everybody's like, oh, wait till you get to Aisha. Oh, wait till you get to Aisha. Basically saying, if you don't, basically all that, wait till you get to Aisha. I ain't love on Aisha. Basically says, if you don't want to suffer the way we did, try to learn how to play her a little bit so it's not too insufferable. Basically, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Okay. The movement's a little bit slow though. Move away. Oh God. Oh no. That's quest. Oh, that's dead. Wait, never mind. Thought we could do it. And then, got another one on the side. Nice, okay. So, let me do this real quick. Nice. I should have put it in the order of what's his face. I should have put it in order of like the flame thingy and then lightning shower, because again it's supposed to be for clearing. Okay. That did it. Not bad, not bad. Cool. Cool. Okay. Cool. Cool. Alright. So, what's this? Shield duration, damage reduction, blah, blah, blah. Okay. What's this? Oh. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. I could have skipped it. I'm kind of trying to like. I mean, I should go ahead, but I need the EP points. I gotta put in. I'm doing this for the collection, so that's why I'm just like, yeah. I'm doing this for the collection. She's gonna take some time getting used to, because this is actually my first time. This is actually my first time playing Aisha. Like of all my years of Elsword, this is literally the first time playing Aisha. I've never played Aisha. I have played Urna. I played Elsword before. I've never played Aisha. Oh. I never got the game. Okay. Then memorize it. Got it. So when it goes purple, okay, so when it goes purple, if you press the skill while you're trying to memorize it, while it's purple, you can memorize it. Gotcha. Both time to press that. And we're going back here. Buff. Move come back here, do this. Now move on over here. I'll head over to the other side since I'm a lefty. And then save the, yeah. Okay, so G. Alright. Move on to the other side. Sorry. Okay. What? How is not dead? What the fuck? Oh, so, okay. Some range. And we are going to Theta. Alright, that's cute. So got that there. 55 is stats score, I believe. Hyperactive. Okay. Okay. So next one. The cat exploded. What the heck, Astra? Okay, first of all, that, put that to the side. Do that. Get that, get that. Okay. Now, meteor redo. Meteor. Yep. Perfect. Oh, I thought it auto tracks. I didn't know it didn't auto track. Hold on. I didn't know it doesn't auto track. Well, you know how the homing skills are on like certain characters. For example, uh, Blood Queen, Flame Lord, Dressia. They got that Omen skill or Chung even. I thought this skill was like that, but I didn't. Yeah, that skill right there. I thought that skill was like that, but I didn't know. Okay, so oop. Oh, you can use them in midair. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So the G, so the G comes in handy for like just in case scenarios. Okay, I got you. So those right there are just in case scenarios. 3 important skills of putting in. Okay, sounds good enough. And then you have the Q there for buffing yourself and allies when it comes to it. You have the X, you have the one the X skill, giving you MP over time to help you with MP management. You have this to help with movement. So not too bad. I like the idea. I've got to put that potion on. That's too busy trying to figure her out. Also, okay, so when you, okay, I see. So when you memorize the cost of the MP to actually use the skill, that's the cost it takes to memorize it. So that when you use it later, it costs 0 MP. So if I cast it right now, so when I memorize it, it's gonna cost 200 MP just to memorize it. Okay, okay, I get now. So for yeah, so for example, if I'm trying to memorize Sickle Flame, it's going to cost 200 MP just to memorize it, and it'll be on cooldown. So when that's on so when it comes up on cooldown, and or while it's on cooldown, I can use Sickle Flame in the memorize slot while this is on cooldown. It will cost 0 MP. But when I use it in the skill slot, it's still going to cost 200. So if I put it in here, it's not going to cost like, yeah, there we go. It literally says it. I usually can memorize 2 skills, memory skills after 2 seconds in the standby mode. The skills that I can memorize are highlighted with yellow borders. The skills memorized can be used by MP costs and 70% of the risk, 70% of the curve. Okay, that's cool. So at the cost of like MP costs and so forth, you can put skills in there and have like a just in case. And when you're done with, and then when you're done with the run, okay, and then when you're done with the run, the memory slot is white. It doesn't carry on. Or when you're at the dungeon, that is. I'm not quite sure if it stays in. I'm not quite sure if it stays in a slot. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if it stays in a slot when you retry. But I do know that when you get out of dungeon and into the town and so forth, the memorization mesmerize or memorize? Is it called mesmerize or memorize? Memorize. The memorize slots that you have is wiped clean, and then you gotta start over again. Not too bad. Pretty good. Okay. So Go ahead and waste this out. Luckily, her skills are pretty strong, and luckily her skills are pretty strong, and the growth gear that we get is actually helping a lot. Otherwise, I would have struggled. Because I would have struggled. Oh, I would have struggled. My bad, MP. And the EP. Ooh, epic points. Also, when it's already in there, you can't register it in the memorization slot twice. I didn't know that. Well, now I know. Okay, so that's another thing to know. When I memorize the skill and put it in the slot, I can't put it in twice. So it's only one of that skill. And just do this. Now do this. Oh, wait. I was gonna teleport. Now I gotta use some skills immediately. Because I forgot I gotta use some skills now. So I'm just do that. Hit it again. Then put the skills back in. Okay, let's see. Oh. Ooh, nice. Oh, okay. Now I see something. And it goes undetected. It'll probably go undetected and birth rate. Probably because it costs 0 MP. At the cost of it being, at the cost of it dealing 70% of its original damage. Okay. So now it's just Felder, Samuel. Okay. So by the time I hit Elsion, I should be level 99, considering that I got like, what, 3 whatchamacallits? Yes, I'm power leveling. So I think by the time I hit the very first or second dungeon of Elsion, I should be level 99 and I should be able to put in the collection thing. So, well, it depends if I can get like random missions, but I should get level 99 and then have her ready for the collection thing by the time I hit like the second or third Elsion dungeon. Going by the what's the face. Oh, right. Let me put this right here. Okay, let me put this back. My finger already put that in the muscle. Put that up there. Oh, let me see something. Nice. Move on. To be back and the irony. So almost literally plus 11, plus 12 in the Estus Ghost of Aisha, and I'm literally playing Aisha. The irony. Okay, do I need to get the buff again? Let me go ahead and get the buff again. 14. Oh, 3 for a stage. I was about to say. So, I'm glad that's not an event yet because it gives me time to. I'm glad that's not an event yet because it gives me time to actually relearn Elsword. I actually don't mind. I actually don't mind playing Elsword again. I do have a lot of stuff to relearn though. Like, still in the process of relearning Bug Queen, but I'm slowly starting to pick up the pace. As in knowing like her bar and stuff. And after that I gotta I still haven't got to the actual rotations. I've been more so like focusing on her bar and stuff. Like not just the health bar and mana bar, but also the I refreshed it again. But also the skills, like which one is Gale, which one is Annihilation, and then which one buffs, which one does damage and so forth, and then which skills that I have to focus on and cycle between, and then I still haven't gotten to like switching between titles and stuff. Like I gotta be able to, like once I realized that I gotta put titles in my rotations, I was like, ooh, that sort has changed. Oh my god, I wish y'all could see the face I had when I realized that we had to include titles in rotations. Like titles? We gotta include titles? I already had to deal with like including dodge in my rotations when playing Successor. Now I gotta deal with including titles in my rotations. We gotta switch between titles just to do more damage. Then it's like, oh, you also have to cycle in between using pots 24/7, title themes, pets. Like, bro, what? What happened to just putting the title on? What happened to just like putting the title on and then just wearing it and stuff? And then I know an from the guild that hubby is in. He got she, because it's a she. I'm happy it's a she. More females playing games. We love to see it. I'm supportive. And then she's black like me. I fully support it. But when I found out that she got like 2 sets of Excalibur, what's it called? Exascale. I'm over here calling it Excalibur. Not me over here calling it Excalibur. But yeah, when I found out that she got like 2 sets of Exascale gear, like one for support and then one for DPS and everything, because she's a high CP iron. I like how her iron looks too, even if it's a lot pink. It looks nice. She did a good job dressing her up. I mean him up. She did a good job dressing him up. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. But I was like, oh, that's exactly what I was like. Oh, I'm in my head like, oh, this is exactly what we had to do on closers. Like, even though Omen wasn't entirely the best person when it comes to advice for people, he gave me advice that I still hold on to this day. He is actually how I learn to appreciate the characters more. Like the roles they serve, even if they don't do like DPS and everything. I already appreciate the characters and I already held respect for people who could main difficult characters or characters that I couldn't play or didn't feel like playing. I already had that respect and everything, but he's actually the one that encouraged me to delete some of my buys, because I had 14 buys at once, and then he saw that and he's like, how are you gonna be the best buy if you don't have every character or all the buffs? And I remember after he said that, I sat there I was like, he's right. And I broke down and cried, because holy shit, he was right. So that's when I deleted some buys, just so I could finish making every character, and that's the reason why I made every character. And then I was like, you know what? I might as well take this chance to learn every character and see why people main certain characters. And after playing all the characters, that's when I realized, oh, so that's why these people play such and such. And it made me respect the character more. It made me respect them from going through the grind of actually playing said character and mastering it even. It made me respect them more. And it's like, I'll give you a short version of what he told me, because I still hold on to that to this day. Some characters are made to be DPS, some characters are made to be support, some characters are made to be hybrid. And when he told me that piece of advice, I held on to it. I never forgot. I held on to it because it was so important. It's so important, and because it's so important to know, some characters were not actually supposed to be made to be DPS, but everybody's like, man, I wish this character can one shot. And everybody's so focused on damage that they don't wanna. Everybody now is so focused on trying to one shot and everything and clear things quick that they can't really. And I felt that they don't appreciate characters for. Why do I keep falling? That they don't appreciate character. God dang it! I need to stop falling. Stop following me. But anyways, they don't appreciate the characters for what they have, and every character is unique. Every character has something to bring to the table, and because everybody's so caught up in damage and trying to be, that like a protagonist, to be honest, that like protagonist syndrome. You get my point. My point is, y'all get that point. The point I'm trying to make is they don't really stop and appreciate the character. For example, this character. This character can help characters or classes that deal magical damage, and a person who is solely about dishing out damage and everything wouldn't appreciate that, because let me be for real. A DPS can't really shine without having someone to buff their damage. Okay, let me put it this way. When it comes to parties, in order for a DPS that's made for damage and everything, in order for them to do their damage, they need a support. In order to really make a character shine that can already shine on its own with DPS, they need a support. They need a support in order to deal the potential damage that they can deal. Or I think I get it. I think somebody will get it. Let me put it this way. What's a good character, guys? Because I'm playing the character that buffs magical characters. Let me put this way. Hold on, stick with me. Stick with me. Stick with me. Oops, wrong one. Ah. What's a Blood Queen without physical support? Just a character made for bossing and damage, right? Let's say what's a Furious Blade without a stay with me. Oh, what's a Rune Master without a battle magician? What's a Rune Master without a Aisha? What's a what's an app without a runner? What's an app without a Amulet? If you really want to bring, if you really want to bring out that character's potential damage or maximize their damage, you need a support with you. That's why so many people look for supports, if it makes sense. I hope everybody gets that point. Well, they're probably gonna be confused. It's kind of hard to say, but I get the point, right? Like, I hope they do. It's something that I want to teach people on closers, but people on closers are pretty much spoiled. It shows. Playing this game and then comparing it to playing this private server and then comparing it to Cold Closers, which is the game that I still main, and then comparing it to the community that we have, makes me realize just how spoiled they are. Cause I said it in CC General. People have been complaining about leveling 21 characters. Here on Elsword, you have to level 60. You have to level 60 classes, and that's for the quotation mark teamwork buff. There's 15 characters, and each character have 4 classes each. You have to level each individual class. And on top of that, if you want to get them to 99 and get them registered inside the teamwork buff, you have to do the story quest. The reason why you have to do the story quest is because you need these points in order to craft the item that will register them in the teamwork buff. So essentially speaking, you have to do the story quest on 60 characters. And the people on CC complain, whine, and cry about doing story quests on Wildhooter and Radis, when on Elsword it's worse. The grind is harder on Elsword compared to closers. And the raids are longer. And mind you, people have been complaining about the raids on closers when they can easily, especially if they can easily breeze through it. So it really shows just how spoon-fed, no offense, but it really shows just how spoon-fed the people in closers are. Because if they had to do with like a long raid or whatever, they wouldn't be able to handle it. And people were already had issues about doing Finale Flames. And the people who are willing to do Finale Flames, those people are actually able to make money by dropping receivers and then selling them. So yeah, it pretty much shows just how spoon fed, or we could say how spoiled the people are on closers. And then the Reddit story is only like, if I had to give you an estimated number of like quests or like dungeons you have to do, it's like 40, 50, somewhere around there, maybe 67. Like it really makes you, like playing also it really makes you sit and think just how good you got it on closers. It's like, for example, when you drop a quotation mark legendary weapon, here, you can't sell it on black market. On closers you can, and people take that time to take advantage of others and sell it for like high prices and everything, or be extremely obnoxious about it. Like for example, on here, you actually have well, you can buy gear, but like if you can't buy it, you have to grind for it. The raid weapon, on closers you can drop it and then you can sell it or give it to people. On here, you actually have to drop it yourself. There's a progression bar for if you can't drop it for a certain amount of runs. The higher it gets, the more the higher the progression bar gets, the more you're likely to drop the weapon. And you can't double drop either. Or at least I don't think. You can't double drop on here either. So the people who are double dropping on closers are actually very blessed. You can't double drop it on L-Sword. You gotta actually like drop the individual pieces. Like you can drop raid accessories. You can't sell them on the board, but you can drop raid accessories. You have a chance to, just like on closers. But as far as you can't sell them on the board either. But the raid weapon, you especially can't sell it. So it's like the only really still getting used to Aisha. But the only really good like thing you can do is like see if you can get into a party that will take you to span the raid, especially if you have reset tickets. Yeah, to help out with the progression bar, they have reset tickets. So like, if you do certain phases in dungeons, you get like rewards. When you claim the rewards, the progression bar goes up. So when you do the raid version, I would suggest using the reset tickets on the raid version or the raid version rewards, so that way your progression bar can go up. But they have reset tickets that they sell, those sell on the board. So in a sense, it's still helping you get the raid weapon, but it's just like it's getting raid weapons compared to clothes is entirely different. Like you actually have to drop it, but they do have certain things like reset tickets, and then you can grind the raid on multiple characters if you have them geared. So there's that, and but like it's entirely it's entirely different compared to closers, where you can just spam it all day if you have stamina. You can spam it all day if you have stamina until you drop. Take that and you can go rip somebody off, because that's exactly what they be doing. They be ripping people off. And then if we're talking about cosmetics and fashions and stuff, it's similar but different between the two. So it's just like Elsword is going. Elsword is definitely grindier. Definitely grindier. Uh, more so you gotta pull your own weight. If you were to tell a lot of people on CC to play a Rift and to tell them to seriously play Elsword, like do all the 60 characters and all that stuff, a lot of them would probably have a little bit more appreciation for the quality of life that we actually do have on CC. Because put all I said, for example, put everything that I said into perspective, and then add on the fact that they also have official servers, and it's even worse on the official servers. Better yet, things are a lot worse on the closed official servers. They have it a whole lot worse. And then you got people who act ungrateful and stuff here on CC. Like, it shows, it really shows just like it really shows just how good we actually got it here on CC. Better yet, got it on closers, and then you just got people acting like, it really shows just how spoon fed a lot of people are. Some can't help it because they were literally brought up in the game like that. Like some of us old veterans, we really had to grind and we really had to sweat to get our stuff and everything. And you got new people just coming in, and especially people with a wall and stuff, and just surpassing you in TCPs, building your character stronger than you, but yet they can't even deal more damage than you, and they literally built stronger than you. Then they're like, how you do this, and I have the skill, and girl, I'm so upset. And it's just like, it's pretty much the generation you're in. Like the newer generation, they got it so much. The newer generation, they got it so much easier, because like they didn't have to go through for example, Sea of Pollution, when you had to grind like several months just for a RNG box just to get your 9 trinkets in order to craft your main 3 trinkets. Or Desert of Raid, where before people started to learn the raid and everything, you had to sit in a raid for like two or three hours just to clear the raid, just to get your weapon and so forth, and then hence that before they started saying, Teehee, let's go. Teehee, let's make these raid gear that people can just buy and then weld their way to number 1, and then we'll get money that way. It also makes it. It also makes you. It also makes you realize just how much the game has been messed up. Because I still stand by what I said. We shouldn't have had. We shouldn't have had Celebrate right here. I gotta be honest. Even though I have the raid gear myself, because I had to because I had to get the. Because let me be real with you. I've been against raid gear since the start, but because I like playing the character that I main, which is Spy, because I like playing the game itself, and because I like playing the character that I main itself, which is again Spy, that's why I was willing to do the content, so that I can continue to clear smoothly with the character that I have, while also still carrying, because I like to carry on the side, because I know the feeling of being helpless and stuff. And that's actually the whole reason why, I got the raid gear to begin with. Otherwise, if we had, I was even ready to grind it. Now I will admit I did buy some raid gear, but I took that raid gear instead of people who are like, no offense, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but instead of people who are like selfish and then they're just doing it just for TCP, or they're just doing it just for like selfish reasons and everything, I take my gear. I usually take, before I stop helping, because things started getting toxic. I'm not going to go in detail, but things started getting toxic, and then I started to pull back and just let people see if people could help themselves. I was actually taking my gear and helping others, because again, I like helping people. I noticed I haven't made a guide in like about a year. It's been about a year. I noticed that I haven't made a guide in about a year. I've just been posting notes and screenshots every now and then, but like a full blown like installment of the guide. Notice that I stopped doing that, because I realized that people don't read, let alone they don't really watch videos either. And then there's a progression guide in the game right there. So essentially, everybody who's been making guides and so forth for, like, say, gear progression guides, it'll help. But but there's a literal progression guide like right there in front of us in the game. And there's a literal function of a progression guide like right there in the game for us. And then even then, people will just run to CC. People would just run to CC questions and then ask there and repeatedly ask over and over again. Or some of us still make character guides, but even then it's just like most people don't read. Most people try to self-teach themselves, and then even if they try to self-teach themselves, they just don't read. No, like, they don't read. I'm telling you, they don't read. Like, there's something, for example, how you use freeze. How people was like, I don't know how to use freeze. Freeze is bad. It's right there. You just gotta press K and then read. You just gotta press K and then read it, because it's like right there in the skill description. Some skills are in like a literal sense. Like if it says you gotta hit 20 times, it literally means you gotta hit 20 times. Or if you gotta use a finishing move in full, it literally means you gotta use a finishing move in full. And then some skill descriptions uh, let's just say mistranslations exist. So for some skills, I don't blame it if people are like, let me just go double check so I can actually know how to use the skill and so forth. And that is what character guides are for. If reading the skill doesn't help, that's okay. That's what character guide for. But that's the issue. Nowadays you'll hardly find people who are actually serious, serious about like learning the game and learning the character. Everybody just want to be casual and stuff, which I personally don't have an issue with. But it's like, don't be obnoxious being casual. You know? Like, it's not fun when you're trying to play casual, but you're also being obnoxious about it. It's not fun for everyone involved. Me forgetting how to use the rest of my skills, like. So let me see the skill bar. Okay. The ice thingy, I need that. Whatever that is. Also these two. So in the meantime, nope. I guess. Somewhere. It's always strong salvo for attack range. Situation. No hope for now. I would hope this don't get taken down, because I'm not even trying to shade anybody. I'm just like trying to be honest and tell y'all how I feel. Because I'm really not trying to shade anybody. I'm not trying to start anything. I'm not trying to say anything to provoke. I'm not trying to say anything to shade. I'm literally just saying how it feels like. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel the same too. Look, I'm not even trying to shade anybody. So I hope we don't get taken down. I would hope. Oh God. I wasn't trying to run into nobody. I wasn't trying to run into nobody. Okay. Kind of lock in. Oh. I don't know if you need that, but we're gonna. Okay. Whoa. Okay, but what's that name though? What's that name? Hold on. What even? I'm just register this. I could have pressed G and I'm over here like. Okay, but thank you for being here because this one is faster because of you. So thank you for being here. Oh, okay. Oh, you got it. Okay. Let me just grab this. Oh, I did not touch the. I don't know if you need that, but. Wait. Thank you for the help. Okay, so Sander, then Lanox, and we should be able. Sander, Lanox, maybe 1-2 dungeons in Elstone, and then we should be able to 99. I know we can skip this one though. I'm gonna go ahead and end this before it gets too long because I already like an hour. We only 2 hours. I'm gonna go ahead and end it now.